The Kawempe North by-elections, which were carried on March 13, 2025, with the National Unity Platform's Elias Nalukola emerging victorious, were marred by the allegations of voter registration irregularities, bickering from the security forces and misconduct among the Electoral Commission officials, resulting into violence. According to the Justice and the Constitutional Affairs Minister Honorable Norbert Mao, the Electoral Commission failed to take responsibility of their actions. He also noticed the need to restore trust in the electoral process, which includes ensuring that all the voters are able to exercise their right to vote and the election results are credible and transparent.
They definitely were not in charge. Sarah talked about what Aziz Kasuja said. My election in Gulu was nullified, by the way, because the Electoral Commission was losing control. There was a funny law which provided for voting in restricted areas, which means that soldiers in the front line, soldiers who have not listened to any campaign speech, have probably been shown only one poster of one candidate, as we suspected and were able to prove. We are going to vote and put their ballots in an envelope, and over 3,000 envelopes would be delivered in Gulu to be counted and added to the normal votes from the normal polling stations. There was a law on voting in restricted areas. That would mean that a helicopter would go to Congo, where we have deployed troops, and they would vote. This is like a diaspora kind of thing now, only that it is kind of specialized.
In the same light, he stated that the violations were not accidental.
Because violence can manipulate, you realize that only 14% of the eligible voters showed up. So the violence had an impact, not really in terms of victory. In that case, even NRM lost, because the NRM supporters who should have come and voted never came to vote. And of course, the NUP people felt they were the target of the violence. So I believe a disproportionate number of them did not show up. Or if they showed up, they had to really be dressed differently, not wearing red and so on. Violence also disrupts opponents' campaigns.
Now, Dr. Berite Sarah voiced that the Electoral Commission neglected their functions and called for the arrests to be made on the perpetrators.
That the previous electoral commissioners did better than a justice of Court of Appeal / Constitutional Court, that he cannot interpret the functions of the Electoral Commission. We are really disappointed, Honorable Minister, by the performance of your entity. My last recommendation is to the Law Society. As frontliners for rule of law, I'm inviting you, Honorable Vice President, for the radical new bar to take the IGP and the CDF to court over Kawempe violence using Article 50 of the Constitution and the Human Rights Enforcement Act.
SSP Donald Muhwezi says that the matter needs involvement of all the stakeholders and that no one should be violated in the upcoming elections.
Is that when somebody talks of beating a journalist as something bad, it's as if beating a police officer or a voter or a candidate is good. Nobody should be beaten, whether you're a voter, whether you're putting on yellow or green or catch this uniform. And somebody was telling you in 2020, the attack was on NGOs. Now, journalists. Maybe 2026, police is likely to be attacked.